at Harlow College, and I've just taken part in an end of journalism degree film with Luke Baker here, one of the students. And I think running your Thurrock and your Harlow, I always stress the importance of multimedia, having every tool at your disposal. And so I've got a couple of questions for Luke here. Luke, do you think that you're coming to the end of a degree, do you think you have every tool at your disposal? Have you learned every skill, would you say?
I would say that being 26 and having grown up with the part of the internet generation, I think just experiencing that as a youngster kind of has put me in a position where I don't see the media as print or video or all in these separate things. I see them as these things that merge together. So you know, I've been forced to look at video in the same way that I would look at picking up a newspaper.
That's interesting. So what's your specialism?
Video.
And why is that? How did you come? What is your, as an X Factor language, what is your journey to video?
I think it was I just grew up obsessed with television and films, and that kind of progressed, and I started looking at documentaries, and I really just loved the idea of investigating and looking at things that are real life and are affecting real people.
But you're doing a degree course here. But have you had to now learn every skill? Have you like shorthand, media law, everything?
Yeah, we've done all that. So there's stuff that, you know, has been a part of journalism for since it began. So you know, we still have to touch on those things and look at those things. But there's certainly, being a multimedia course, there is certainly a new wave of how we interpret news.
And you've got a CV of films, haven't you? You know, have you published these films, or do you just keep them to yourself? What do you do?
A bit of both. I do a lot of work for freelance as a video editor, and I do a lot of music videos. I've done promos for small businesses. I did my first feature-length documentary in 2015, which was an eye-opening experience in terms of what it takes to make films. I did that by myself, and I'm not sure that's something which I would jump straight into doing on my own again. But you know, it taught me a lot, and hopefully in the next few months that will be something which I'll be releasing to the wider public.
So the message really is to learn. Do you feel it's to learn, have every possible tool available? You may never use shorthand, etc. You may never use, other, but try and learn it to people, whether they're 21 or whatever age, learn everything.
I think you have to. I think that you, in order to be a modern journalist, you have to be able to, at the drop of a hat, go out with a video camera or go out with a microphone, or you know, put a piece online or a blog. You in order to present the world as it is now, you need to have those skills.
And what about pay? I think one thing I might have said is sometimes I think one thing people need to learn is pace. You know, there's fast-moving news. Would you, you know, you've got your camera here, you've got your Mac, but would you still be able to produce something within 5-10 minutes? If it had to go up initially, you know?
I think that there's never been a better time than now to do stuff like that. I mean, you know, the fact that you're recording this on an iPhone.
Yeah, iPhone 7 Plus.
You know, which is, you know, you've got a film studio in your pocket. So there really isn't any excuse anymore to say, well, you know, can you give me a week or 2 weeks to get it edited? And because, you know, you do have the tools in your pocket essentially.
Luke, thank you very much.